Antonio Gibson with it. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Now, this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given up.
On 1st down, it's gone. On the screen, this is Eckler. And some space here. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's got Rome. Touchdown, Detroit. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from evening this one up. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Gets this out quickly to Dotson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. It's a pretty nice throw right there from the rookie. And this, of course, is game number 2 of his NFL career. His guys did not get the win, Charles, in the opener. But what did you see from him last week?
Well, I think all things considered, he played pretty well, and I don't think I'd pin the loss on him. But there's no question, this is a learning process, and that was step 1, and he's hoping on the road to glory.
These two teams all tied after 1. First and 10, it's Gibson.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. He'll take it inside the 25. A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So now following the sack, often the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Chase Young. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Here comes the Lions punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
To throw again on 2nd down. Howell. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
First down, Howell to throw. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Robinson up the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. This time they'll throw it with Howell. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Green. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, here's Gibson. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
Only 7 players crossed 1,000 yards rushing last season, and one of them was Gibson, who made a big jump forward in his 2nd season. Entering his third campaign, he cemented himself as one of the building blocks for the Commanders.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Howell completing the quick throw out wide. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. One last shot before the break. Howell. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Howell. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. They run the jet sweep. Dotson. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And he finds McLaurin. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line. Out left to Dotson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Back to the ground with Gibson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll pitch it to Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a letdown defensively because they had them stacked up 3rd and long, and you know their thought process had to be just make the tackle in front of the sticks and force the 3. Instead, they allowed him room to run, and now they're facing 1st and goal, looking to regroup.
They'll run with Robinson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Little bootleg here. Howell. This one left side caught by Gibson. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Howell on the QB sneak. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. It's kind of an interesting decision. 1-score game, 3rd quarter. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm willing to go out on the limb on this one and go for it. And here's why. If I set it up right now and go get the touchdown, I'm in firm control of this ball game, and my team has a ton of confidence. If I don't get it, hey, I rely on my defense. And if somehow they go downfield on me and score, so be it. I want to be in control and in firm control right now.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And some room to roam now. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. They'll run right here with Jacobs. There he goes, right side. He's at the 30. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And in for the Lions touchdown. Austin Eckler, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Howell. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 140 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Jacobs. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Off play action. Here's Goff. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Miles Boykin from 10 yards out. And the Lions have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, One guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 64 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Second and 4. Here's Howell. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
The lessons will continue of this rookie. He's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. Powell to throw. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Fourth down, Howell, desperation time. This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
He's back to throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Well, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. He'll look to throw. Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. On a bad time late for a poor throw, it's intercepted. He's at the 50, the 30, 20. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. I love plays like that. A defensive lineman holding the football. It's like a kid who stole a cookie from the cookie jar, and then he's just fleeing the scene of the crime.
And all he's doing in his mind, reliving his days when he was young, probably played fullback on his high school team, always wanted to be the tailback carrying the ball, trying his best to lug that bad boy the distance.
Pretty impressive pick there off the screen, and then a nice return.
You know, nowadays, they do more ball drills with the big guys than ever before because they want to take possessions away from the offense.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Lions, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Like every hood.